we're not at a point right now in our program's development where we can overcome 4 turnovers in one half and expect to win a football game, regardless of who we're playing. And I thought in the second half we put our defense in some really bad situations, and they continued to respond. Save for the last whatever it was, 12-yard drive where we just ran out of gas and ran out of momentum. So hats off to Coach Kingsbury and that squad. They played really hard, but we've got to do a better job. The silver lining in all of this is that this is not the last time that these seniors will put on the burnt orange and white. We've got an opportunity to go play in a bowl game for the first time in 3 years here, and we are dead set in making it our mission in life to make sure that these seniors go out with a positive experience, with a win in the bowl game, wherever that may be, and set us up with some momentum heading into the off season. Questions?
Tom, 3rd and 2. Why aren't y'all running the ball there with 2 minutes left?
Say it again.
On 3rd and 2 with 2 minutes left, why aren't y'all running the ball there? What happened on the play that Sam threw the interception?
Yeah, we weren't running the ball very well, regardless of down and distance, and we felt like, in man coverage, ran a little switch route, and if he popped, we were going to hit him and pretty much end the game. If not, felt like Sam was doing a really good job scrambling, that he would scramble and try to get us the first, and we got to do a better job coaching him in those end-of-game scenarios, how to handle that.
Right. And overall, in the second half, why do you think y'all could look so good last week in West Virginia in various things, and tonight it's just not happening?
I don't know. They're kids, and we got to figure that out, obviously. But I don't have a good answer for you.
Tommy had 1st and goal with the 2 different series. How do you not score a touchdown in either one of those series?
They stopped us.
And can I ask you why you didn't use Armani Foreman until late in the, I guess it was 3rd quarter, after he scored a touchdown on the first drive?
What do you mean use him?
I don't think he caught a pass again until, late in the 3rd quarter maybe? So.
Yeah, I'm just normal H rotation.
Tom, overall impressions on Boyd and Elliott and the way they played this afternoon?
Say it again.
Chris Boyd and Deshaun. I think Chris had 5 pass breakups in that pick. Deshaun had 4 pass breakups. Overall thoughts on the way they played today?
Yeah, I thought Chris played really well, just from my vantage point. Deshaun, he's a Thorpe Award finalist. He's a really good player. And every now and again, they make plays, but from an overall standpoint, yeah, what'd you say? He had 4 pass breakups, something like that. That's when the ball's in the air. He's got a knack for going and finding it.
Coach, obviously you're pretty emotional about this. It was a game you thought that you guys should have won. You had it in your hands, right? And is that why you're so emotional about it?
Yeah. Yep. Winning or losing that way hurts. Yes.
Coach, you spent a lot of time this week talking about sending the seniors out the right way and winning 3 in a row to end the season and just kind of progress. Does this loss feel like it undid a lot of that progress that you thought you'd made?
No, we're playing really hard and really physical. We just don't play really well and really smart at times. But we will. And, that's development. But, we have the playing hard part down and figured out, and that's the first step. So you can't undo that. It's who we are. We gotta find ways to play smarter, better, consistently.
Tom, Shane got a series, the third series you guys had. Did you think at all about going back to him?
I did, yeah. Hard not to. But I just, having coached that position for so many years, there's a rhythm to it, and it's tough to come in cold. But yeah, the thought definitely crossed my mind.
Tom, what did it do to the defensive game plan when you learned that Shimanek wasn't going to start? Did that change
Not
anything?
much, no.
Follow big, have to ask a big picture question here. If we'd asked you in August if you could have gone 7-5 or 6-6, I think you would have laughed in our face because I think you thought this team was a lot better than that. But to sit here at 6-6, how do you feel about things now that the regular season's complete?
I mean, it's a tough time to ask me that. Because we certainly felt like we had a lot of momentum. And we still will once the sting of this wears off. But to be dealt the cards that we were dealt offensively, with the O-line issues and tight end issues, tailback issues, quarterback issues, we kept fighting, and we'll keep fighting throughout the bowl preparation.
Tom, obviously Sam's committed some big turnovers late in games. Is that something where he needs to learn, sometimes you just got to tuck it, and how much, when you talk to him about that, what are you saying to him and what are you trying to get through to him in those situations?
Yeah, it's concerning. I mean, that would I'd be lying if I'd be lying if I told you it wasn't. But I think that there's no greater teacher than experience. But at some point, when you continue to make the same mistakes, we gotta try different approach, and so we'll figure out what buttons to push, and work really, really hard to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Coach, can you give us an idea of what's going to happen now in the next couple of weeks, this week, and have you been contacted by the Bulls? What's going on with any of that stuff?
Yeah, I don't know anything about what bowl. My understanding is they're pretty much slotted, and there's a pecking order in the Big 12. But as far as our schedule is concerned, the guys, we won't practice until Friday of this week. The guys will lift weights, be a heavy academic week, try to get ahead of the game for when finals come down the pipe the following week.
Tom, can you talk about McMillan and CUNY's decision to walk with the seniors tonight? Have they informed you they plan to graduate? And
I don't know that Jake's decision is final. I'm pretty sure that Terrell's is, but Jake wanted to make sure that if he did make that final decision, that he was afforded the opportunity to go through a senior night.
You mentioned all the offensive obstacles the team has had to deal with this year. With that in mind, how do you properly evaluate something at the end of the season that's had so many things that go wrong?
It's hard. I think that's a good question in terms of you still don't know who the the key pieces of this offense are currently. I think what you can do is evaluate individuals and evaluate their growth over the season. You can evaluate certainly effort and attitude, which I would grade very highly at this point. But then you've got to figure out from an individual standpoint, who can do what and who's getting better and who's, who gives you some optimism in terms of development.
From a big picture standpoint, do you feel optimism moving forward?
Offensively, I do. Yeah, I think, with this bowl prep as well as an entire offseason, and, as I've said before, I mean, Derek Kerstetter is going to be bigger and stronger. Cade Brewer is going to be bigger and stronger. And, the two young backs have a chance to develop. And so I am optimistic from a development standpoint.